Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to see if I can take Jolly Rancher candies and blow them into bubbles, as in glass bubbles. As you know, when you see the tube bubble, that kind of glass blowing. So I first learned about this from an episode of King of Random here on YouTube, a very popular channel, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link down below. But they had Nick Uhas, who also has a YouTube channel, I'll put his information down below as well, come on and talk about how you can take these hard, transparent candies, heat them up, and put them on the end of a straw, and then blow them as if you were blowing glass. I have always wanted to try glass blowing, and here's my opportunity to do so right here in my kitchen. Granted, this is not real glass, but I'll at least get to blow a bubble. It reminds me of those toys you could get out of gumball machines that would come with this little toothpaste tube of very chemical smelling, tooling, exuding, gummy stuff that you would put at the end of a tiny little plastic straw, and then you would puff them up ever so gently and get these great balloons, and then they of course would deflate. But that just moment of inflating those balloons, do you know what I'm talking about? I hope you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know if they sell those things anymore. I just remember being so kind of entranced and mesmerized and captured by the smell of chemical, the just blatant smell of chemicals that would come out of that little tube of sticky stuff, tooling, formaldehyde, no idea what it was, but I remember liking it. Like, ooh, I know I'm not supposed to like this, but it makes bubbles and it smells good. Okay, it's probably a good thing they either got rid of those things or that I didn't have my hands on those. Anyways, I am digressing like usual. Let's see if we can make bubbles out of candy. Now, it looks pretty simple. So you're gonna need a bag of Jolly Ranchers, which my husband very kindly picked up for me. He got me 2 flavors. I've got the fruity flavors, and I also have the cinnamon fire ones. And you're also going to need a heat gun. I picked this up at the hardware store. I used it, oh yeah, to seal my bottles of honey, to shrink wrap some plastic. So we're gonna use this on the low setting. And this particular model, you can stand straight up like that. Going to need some straws to blow the candy. Now on the King of Random, they actually used a plastic straw. They discovered that this didn't melt. If you kept it out of the heat gun's path, you could actually use a regular straw. So curious to test that. I've got 2 metal drinking straws and a bamboo straw. So Nick got the idea of blowing Jolly Ranchers into candy bubbles from the Corning Museum of Glass, and they define glass as a non-crystalline amorphous solid that is often transparent. And not surprisingly, so is a Jolly Rancher. I think I'm gonna go with metal first, and I'm gonna use this large diameter. Start off with 1 blue Jolly Rancher. I'm gonna heat this candy up on low just so I can stick my straw to it. Now remember, this is made out of sugar and we don't wanna burn it. So now we're gonna heat this up until the candy is soft enough that we can blow it. Okay, here we go. Kind of rolling it. We're gonna form it into a blob. Okay, I'm gonna try to blow it now. Here we go. Not soft enough yet. Let's keep going. So it's soft, but not soft enough to completely blow. Getting it shiny and hot. That looks like that might be a good level to blow it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try blowing downwards. So you actually have to blow fast. I was blowing gently, but if you blow fast and you really get this bubble to happen, that is so cool. Look at that, so cool. Okay, let's try to get one that doesn't look like that. Let's do red. It looks more like intestines. Oh my God. So I haven't quite figured out how to get a nice bubble yet. I want a nice ball. All right, let's taste this. That was really intensely cherried. It's great. And it has a texture very similar to like cellophane, but it dissolves like cotton candy. That's super fun. Look at that. It looks just like cellophane and crunches like cellophane. Can you hear that? Let's try green. Here we go. Just a small one. Keep getting the small ones. I don't want a small one. I'm not having much success in getting these nice bubbles. All right, let's try it this way. Ow, that's hot. So this is not as satisfying as I was hoping it to be. I think the smaller diameter straw is not working as well either. So let's switch back to the big one. And this time I'm going to use 2 pieces of candy. This is pretty cool because it looks a lot like glass. It's all shiny and kind of drippy like honey. I just want to get this perfect bubble of candy. It's not working. It keeps blowing out on the side. Okay, keep going. Okay, I'm getting it really drippy. Got a cherry, a blue, and some green apple on here, and see if I can get some weird monster bubble.
Why isn't it working?
I'm getting kind of lightheaded. I'm interesting it on this way. Maybe that'll make a difference. No. In both Nick's video and the King of Randoms video, it seems like this was really easy. You just blow, oh look, there's another one, oh isn't this great, that's really great. And that's not really happening for me. I had a couple of successes in the beginning, and then after that it's just been failure after failure, so. Maybe the trick is not getting it too hot. Maybe the trick is just getting it supple enough so that it melts, but not too hot. I have no idea. This regular straw is not working for me. So the boba straw wasn't working for me. I have another metal straw. I'm gonna continue with that. So this is shaping up to be more of a fail than a success, but I'm going to continue. I'm gonna make one more, or at least attempt to, using a cinnamon fire Jolly Rancher. So let's try that. I think that's the closest I'm gonna get, right there. That kind of candy bubble right there. But at least I got a candy bubble, and it is indeed possible. It does take some time and fiddling with, and I think it's all about getting the correct temperature at which you can get the candy pliable enough that you can blow it, but not so liquidy enough that it just kind of collapses and thins out. So lots of trial and error here. It's definitely possible. You just need a heat gun, put it on a low setting. These things get cracking hot, so be really careful. And you need a large supply of candy, some lungs and effort, and a lot of patience. But it indeed is possible. Alrighty, so we managed to get a bubble. We managed to get a bubble that looks like a blown piece of glass. Alrighty, let's give this a taste. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Oh my gosh, I forgot that was fire cinnamon. And I've never had that Jolly Rancher before. And it is cinnamony. It's as spicy as a Red Hot, but even spicier. A little closer to Atomic Fireball. Definitely fiery, very, very cinnamony. Not my favorite candy, but I did get a bubble. So I'm happy about that because boy, was it a pain. The initial bubbles were very fine and thin and had more of a texture of cellophane. That was much thicker. The walls were thicker, but I think that candy was also cooler, so I was able to get a harder shell, and it looked a little bit more like glass than those initial blown bubbles, which were very, very wispy and thin. Different textured bubbles, different looking bubbles, depending on the temperature of your candy. Alrighty, so there you have it, the Jolly Rancher candy bubbles. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know down in the comments below if there's a recipe or experiment you'd like me to test out or try. And thanks again for watching, and please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! I think I gave my cheeks a real workout in this video. I think Dizzy would be proud of me.